Hey YouTube, Planet Aquarium MN bringing you a real quick video update on the progress of the future 55-gallon crystal red shrimp tank. This past week I added my light to this tank. You can see the light fixture up on top there. I went with the Phoenix Fuse Ray, a 48-inch Phoenix Fuse Ray. I really like these Phoenix lights, and I've got the Ray 2s and the Monster Ray on my 120 discus tank. For this one I decided to give the Fuse Ray a shot. And the reason I chose that is because I want this tank to be more of a low to medium light tank. I don't want high light, CO2. I just don't want to mess around with that. I've got some low light plants in here, and that's what I want. So thought I'd give the Fuse Ray a shot. The PAR readings indicate that that's where I'm going to be, is in the low to medium light on this tank, and that's perfect. But I did throw in some plants this past week just to check it out, get a few things established, and to make sure that this is going to be enough lighting. Primarily for the Taiwan moss, I planted a little bit of, or tied on some Taiwan moss on a couple chunks of Malaysian driftwood that I have. And then I also tossed in this stem of Ranunculus inundatus down here. This is more of a medium to a high light plant, so I'm not sure how it's going to do. I think it should be fine. It might not grow and spread like it is out in the Planet 75, but that would be just fantastic with me. I'm fine with that. But I really like the plant. I like the leaf structure. We'll see how it does. In the back here, I just have a few trimmings of Hygrophila polysperma. Then over on this side, I had quite a few crypts underneath my manzanita branch in the 75, so I dug some out and then planted them here. There are 5 crypts over here. And that's it for right now. Nothing real special as far as escape goes. It's kind of simple right now. And, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do for escape quite yet. I guess that kind of hinges on what I do with my Planet 75. I am planning a top-to-bottom complete rescape on the Planet 75 this fall. And if I do rescape that tank, that's going to leave me some manzanita branches, some petrified wood, and some stuff that I'll probably put in this tank. At that time, I will work on escape. But for right now, it's just going to be kind of simple. It's going to be plain. I want these plants to start growing in and filling in. I'm still working on the cycle, the biological filtration. I'm 2 weeks into a fishless cycle, and we're going to get this biological filter completely established without adding any fish in this tank or any critters. And the reason we can do that is the substrate. I've got 3 9-liter bags of ADA aqua soil in here. And if you've never used ADA aqua soil, it's a great substrate for Planet aquariums and for shrimp. But it really throws off a ton of ammonia when you first start a tank off with this. So right now I just tested my ammonias. You can see the test vials up there. I tested my ammonias and my nitrates, and the ammonia is the vial on the left there, and that's testing at 4 to 6 parts per million. So I've still got a ton of ammonia in this tank. My nitrites have not started registering yet. That's on the right there, the light blue, and that's according to the chart, that is 0 parts per million. So I do expect that to start registering some nitrites this week. Again, we're in the 2nd week of the fishless cycle. The nitrites should start registering here pretty soon. The ammonia should start to come down a little bit. And then in another couple weeks, the nitrites should drop and the nitrates will start registering a little more. And at that point, we know that the cycle has been completed. So like I said, we're about halfway through a fishless cycle, and we'll see how the water tests next week and then the week after that. Now, once this water or the biological filter has been completely cycled, my intentions are not to jump straight into crystal red shrimp. Now, with that being said, I probably could. My water parameters in this tank right now are testing at 169 TDS. My GH is 5. My KH is 1.5, my water temperature is 74, and my pH is 6.8. Now, all the research and reading I've done on crystal reds, that tells me that my water parameters are in the sweet zone for crystal red shrimp. But this is my first stab at shrimp. So I'm going to take things a little slowly. I want to make sure it's done right. I want these plants to start getting established. I want to make sure they're growing nicely. And we're going to start out with probably 20 to 30 cherry red shrimp, a little hardier, a much hardier shrimp. I'll probably turn up the temperature a few degrees. Cherry reds like the water a little bit warmer than crystal reds, but we'll roll with some cherry shrimp for a month or two, make sure they're doing well, established, and enjoying life before we even think about going with some crystal reds. Now for crystal reds, I'll again probably start out with 25 to 30 crystal reds, and I'll be picking those shrimp up from no less than 3 or 4 different sellers. I want to make sure I get a bunch of different bloodline in here. We're not going for triple S, super high quality crystal reds. We're going to shoot for, you know, S's, S pluses, maybe a couple double S's in here, kind of the middle of the range crystal reds, and see how they do and go from there. But everything's coming along real nice. I'm really excited about it. Tank's coming along real good, so just want to get this biological filter fully established and get these plants filling in, and then we'll drop some cherry reds in there and go from there. But anyways, I appreciate everybody checking out my videos and watching my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Leave a comment if you would like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe like I mentioned, and we'll catch you guys later.